MK, and I am here with a video for you guys showing off one of Glassboard Studios' newest members to the craft mat family, which is this scrapbooking and card making intentional magnetic mat. So I absolutely love it. I'm going to be creating another layout for my mother-in-law's album with about her husband passing. So I have picked out this nature study piece that I've been hoarding because it's my favorite. I have about 18 or so pictures. I forgot. I lost count. And two of my French vanilla cardstocks from Close to My Heart. I'm going to go and trim down all of my photos, and because I had so many, I just skipped over all of it. It was so long. I didn't realize it was taking me that long to just trim some photos, really. So I'm going to have, what is that? 8? No, I can't even count. 8 pictures on one side, 8 pictures on the other. So I have 17 photos, right? Is that how many I have? And then just trying to figure out the arrangement because I don't have the same amount on either side. Once I figure out arrangement, I'm going to go and remat my little square pictures because I want to make sure that all of my pictures have this white border around, because I know there's going to be a small little gap between all of my pictures and whatnot. This is going to be a very, very simplistic design, you guys, just because of the fact that I really want the pictures to be focused, not the embellishing and all the frou-frou stuff that we like to put on it. So about this glass mat, I wanted to share some specs with you guys just a little bit. In the bottom left-hand corner, you will see that there are photo and border markings. It is a standard photo size plus an 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch borders for what they call framing, or I call it matting, of the picture. So that way you can see what type of mat you would like to use on your photos. It's like a visual to see if you prefer an 1/8 inch mat or a 1/4 inch mat, which I think is pretty cool and handy. There's lots and lots of angles and center lines on this board, so that way you guys can angle, match a ruler from edge to edge or angle to angle, and be able to support a title going that way, or a banner or anything like that, and make sure that it's actually going in the direction that you want, which I think is really, really cool as well. The center lines are fabulous, whether you're working on a 2-page layout like this one or a 12 by 12 and have it in the middle, and then you get to see from the 12-inch mark out to the edge, it goes down into 6 inches. And so I think that's pretty handy as well. Seeing how I still have not purchased a centering ruler. As usual, it's always made out of the premium glass that every glass mat is made out of, with a magnetic mat in the background. Now, this one does not come with pawns. I believe that over Black Friday they had pawns available as one of the freebies, but this one that I am giving away will not come with any pawns. I love the little slip feet on the bottom. It made it really well and stuck to my my glass mat that I have on my desk very, very well. And then of course the greeting card markings on the center. So they start at the center line and go over to the right hand side. So they are just the right card sizes. And what I think is really cool about that is when I go and make a card, I actually don't really have a plan in mind. I just like to cut stuff and then throw it all together on the card. What helps me with these particular lines is the fact that my design usually is always too big for the standard size card, which I think is 5 something and 4 something. You guys, I'm not a card maker. I swear I'm not a card maker, but I do have to say that with these markings on this particular mat, it helps me decide whether or not I need to go and do a standard card, a bigger card, a slimline card, things like that. And so I really do like the fact that those markings are there for us. So, and it was definitely designed for scrapbookers in mind, like I said. The whole board itself, I want to say the grid inside is 12 by 24. So 12 inches high, 24 inches wide. And then you have the outside markings. That is my favorite part about this because it's not flush 12 by 12 and nothing's on the outside. So that way when you go to put your paper down, all the markings are on the inside and you can't see what you're doing. So you're constantly shifting your paper to see where the numbers are and where your lines up are and all that stuff. So the border around this mat is ingenious because it has that beautiful border and you're able to put your ruler down and actually see the measurements going straight across. I absolutely love that. And always, always, always the craftsmanship of these glass mats are just top notch, you guys. I have not been happier with the glass. I mean, come on, I've bought 4 of them because I love them and they are at every single surface in my room, right? I have one where when I cut material for my Glowforge, I have one there because I work with sharp tools and I don't want to scratch up my actual wood tabletops. And then, of course, I have another one at my, assembly station is kind of what I call it, because then I don't have to worry about getting glue all over my desk. I can just get glue all over my craft mat, and then bam, it cleans up beautifully, you guys. I spray it with a little bit of water, use one of the little plastic Tim Holtz scrapers that came with his glass mat. I know, that's terrible. I just wasn't in love with Tim Holtz glass mat. I do apologize. I used it. I definitely appreciated it because it was the only one out there at the time. But when I discovered the different backgrounds and all the different workings of these glass mats from Glassboard Studio, I fell in love with them because I can have the perfect background and it not be this big black dark thing in my face. And that's honestly, that's the only thing I did not like about Tim Holtz's is the fact that it was black and the little white space. And I understand the idea of the white space. It just wasn't my favorite. And it's a personal preference, you guys. It really, really is. Tim's glass mat is definitely made top-notch quality as well, so I'm not complaining about that. I'm not complaining about it at all, actually. I am just personal preferencing in all honesty. Sorry, skipping over my words. And then, of course, I have a large glass mat here on my main desk that you guys see almost on a daily basis. And then my last glass mat that I have purchased is my travel one. So I have a travel one that I just love. It's one of my favorite ones. I am so glad that I picked it up because it was a monthly design. It was like a design of the month, so it was only available for so long. And I loved it so much that I had to have it. But in my brain, it's very difficult for me to craft on. So I'm grateful for the comments when everybody comments that, oh, you must be at a crop, you're on your travel mat, because you guys don't mind that it's a very busy background. But when I started working with it and actually using it, for me, it's a very busy background, and sometimes elements get lost when I do create with it. But it is my favorite glass mat that I own, you guys. And if I could get it in giant size and have it across my main desk, I probably would. But to be honest, I think that it would just be too crazy and psychotic for me. I just love my original, not my original one, because my original one was white. Yes, it was. So technically I've purchased 5. But I gifted that to my best friend, and she is very happy with the glass mat as well. But ever since they started doing all these beautiful colors and patterns and prints, I can't pass them up, and I absolutely, absolutely love them. All right, you guys, so I am just doing what I do. I divide and conquer. I'm working with the same elements that I've been working with throughout this entire album. I actually started these pages last year and was using the Midnight Garden collection from Photoplay. And then I ran out of material and supplies for that collection. So when I went to do his celebration of life, I decided, okay, I'm going to build off those colors, but I'm going to bring in the yellow because there's candles throughout every table and every aspect of this. There was a candle glowing everywhere in this room. I just got the ones on the tables, the centerpieces of the tables. So I decided to bring in a little bit of yellow, but I kept with the same color scheme. So that way when I go from spreading of the ashes to the celebration of life, then that way you can see the transition, but yet you can still have that same feel all the way across the album that I'm doing. I have just one more page. It'll probably be a double as well, and then I have one single page that I need to do to complete this album before December. Not December 1st, but before, it's time. I have to ship it. So I'm hoping by December 15th, I will be able to get this album shipped to her and sent for her Christmas present. It is long overdue because all of this happened in 2023. So I am slightly behind, but definitely a work of love and labor. I probably could have finished it last year. But I temporarily lost the photos. I know, isn't that weird? We have digital photos everywhere, and for some reason, I temporarily lost the digital footings of these photos. So I'm glad that I found them, and it was an aha moment, and I'm getting right on it and trying to get these layouts all done. Hopefully, you guys will like the next set of photos because they are one of my favorites. Her husband was a truck driver, so I get to scrapbook a big truck, and that's one of my favorites. So anyways, and again, keeping in with the mood and the theme, I will have to try to do some thinking on that one of how I add these. So these little flowers here are actually from the Gather. It's a Pretty Little Studios collection that we did as a Kit Conspiracy. And it was their fall collection. It was not Gather. Maybe it was Gather. Harvest? Oh my goodness. I forgot it, you guys. And I had it in my brain while I was talking. And then I talked too much and my brain lost the words. I apologize. The little leaf stickers with a little bit of the gold accents and gems are actually something that I picked up off the give take table. I thought because of all of the greenery that was in the centerpieces that I wanted to add this little bit of element. There is green in the other collection. It's and it actually matches really well. It's this sagey green. So I wanted to make sure that I added that. And then this green mesh was actually gifted to me by a subscriber, and I love it too because I made a comment about being ran out of that green meshy color, and she sent me more, which I'm very grateful for because I don't have access to this in my hot little hands. I do have access to the brown, but the green was not, and it was the perfect match and perfect feel for the greenery used in the centerpieces. So, all right, you guys, so this is my layout. Again, super simple. I left a little spot for her to journal on, so that way she can, my mother-in-law can say her words and what she wants to say. I left them throughout. I didn't want to put a whole lot on there, but this way she can write down what her thoughts and feelings were of the day, because it was an amazing day full of storytelling. All right, you guys, so stay tuned to find out how you can enter into this giveaway. Don't forget to listen till the end. You need to stay tuned so you know exactly what to do for this specific giveaway. Hey, you guys, so did anybody by chance notice this amazing new glass mat that I was working on for my layout today? Well, I have some great news. I was only working on this in case somebody did notice that they have a brand new scrapbooking and card making related glass mat over at glassboardstudio.com. And I have to say that it is fabulous. I actually really like it on top of my original glass mat, which is this one right here that you guys can kind of see, because it kept everything out at bay. I'm able to put my little cool trays. I actually have all 3 trays surrounding me, but they are on my original glass mat and out of the camera focus. I just put this one up here to be a little bit more closer to what I was working on for this particular project that I was doing for you guys today. So the best news is that I want to give this away. This exact one. I want to give it away to a lucky subscriber, which is you guys. So all you have to do is go down into the comments and say, I want to be lucky. That's all you have to say. Or if you want to comment other things, you guys are more than welcome to. Just make sure that in your comment, you say, I want to be lucky. So that way I can know that you guys are interested in being part of this giveaway. I also need you guys to, this is very important, there's 2 spots you need to say, I want to be lucky. 2 spots. So right here on YouTube, don't forget to say, I want to be lucky, and then go over to my link for my Facebook page, not my group, my page, and in that post that says I'm giving this away, make sure that you go and post that I want to be lucky. So I will be shipping this off to someone fabulously amazing December 15th. That is when it closes. Actually, it's going to close on the 14th, so that way I can ship it out on the 15th. So you have until December 14th to make sure that you go and tell me that you guys want to be lucky and enter in this drawing to get this brand new fabulous mat. I only used it this one time, you guys. I'm going to go back and put it in its little box and get it ready for its new home. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching what I was making for you guys and following along in this project that I am doing for my mother-in-law. I really do appreciate your guys' blessings and everything else that you guys comment on every layout that I have made for this album. So thank you so much. Happy holidays and good luck to all of you. Bye.